Hi everyone, I'm Krista B. Thanks for tuning in to Krista B Talks. I like to emphasize that life is about living in a STEM world, which consists of science, technology, engineering, and math. And today I have a very special guest. He also majored in computer science and he currently plays for the St. Louis Cardinals minor league team. Let's give it up for Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
So what inspired you to play baseball?
Sports has always been a big part of my life. I grew up, playing sports my whole life. And played high school. It's, between school and sports, those are always the two biggest things in my life. And then obviously part of the reason why I went to watch you was the opportunity to play baseball. So, it's always been a big part of my life. Love the sport, taught me a lot of life lessons. And thankfully I've still got a chance to continue to play.
Do you think majoring in a STEM field help you become disciplined?
I think in both ways, right? Like sports impact school and school impacts sports in the same ways. They teach you, how to be organized. They teach you how to manage your time. They teach you how to put in the work when you don't want to. They teach you how to manage stress. They teach you how to work in a team environment. So there's a lot of overlaps there.
How was you able to manage school and baseball?
It's just a commitment more than anything. It's one of those things you only have so much time in the day. You have to prioritize certain things, and some things, unfortunately, you have to sacrifice. Some you have to be willing to make those sacrifices and, realize what's most important, right? Whether that be, sometimes, you can't go out and do something on a Friday night because you have to stay in and study, you have practice, you have games, they have a lot more responsibilities and you just have to make that priority. As long as it's a priority, you end up making the right decisions in terms of the work that you have to put into both of those things. It's stressful at times. There were times that I got in from a baseball trip on the week, for a whole weekend and got in at midnight or 2 a.m. on a Sunday night and then had two exams the next morning. And I had to stay up late and study for those exams. And that's just like, those happen every once in a while and you just kind of have to roll with it.
Did you get a lot of like all-nighters?
Not really. I think I overall managed my time pretty well. Again, there were a few times where I didn't have a choice but to just have to, stay up late a couple times. And, there's other times where you just have to, like you said, make sacrifices. There's a lot, maybe you have some friends that are going out and doing something, but you can't afford to miss this time to, get this project done and just sign in, whatever. I think some of the biggest things are just learning how to work as a team more than anything. And I think that's the biggest overlap and the most important thing because, in the end, like, life is about, the relationships we make and the teams that we're on, whether it be family, work, or elsewhere. So, just learning how to work with people, learning how to get the most out of each other, learning how to pull your own weight, learning how to be a good person, to people that you're working with, right? All those things.
I agree. I testify for that because I used to be a student athlete too. In high school, I used to do track. So managing like track and then high school work was like it was kind of difficult. And sometimes it could like make so practice you be trying to study and stuff like that. So I know definitely.
Yeah, I mean there was a few. I think I was pretty. I had a very successful Division III career, but I think one of the things that was difficult for me, because I did always have the dream of playing professional baseball, but I was never quite good enough to go to a Division I school at the time in high school, and in going to a D3 school, and there's opportunities to play pro ball. It's a little bit harder to get your name out there, even if you're a worthwhile player, just because your success isn't validated as highly as something like this. Understandably so, but it just made it a little bit harder to get an opportunity. If I was lucky enough to then get an opportunity, and I did everything I could my senior year to get that opportunity. And that was kind of where that was the turning point of like whether I was going to go into the workforce or whether I was going to care for baseball. Thankfully, all that work that I put in, paid off just enough for that a team that would, give me a shot that right. Then I have to try to make most of that shot.
So what motivated you to try out for the minor league?
It was I've always just wanted, like I said, I've always wanted to be as good of a baseball player as I could be for wherever I was. So whether it be, my college team at the World, to me, I mean, it meant more to all of us, right? Like our wins and losses there meant more than, anybody, it meant everything to us, right? And it still means a lot to me. But then when you have, dreams to potentially play more, and past that, the motivation is, just to see how good I can be, right? Obviously, the financial upside is great of being a big leaguer hopefully one day, but I really want to see how good I could be at this thing. And, I'm fortunate I got up to play against some of the best in the world at it. And it's such a challenge to figure out how to get the most out of my abilities and compete against literally the best in the world at it, and trying to manage and figure that out and just see if I could do it, because it's, you never know what you're made of unless you really try to go through that. Right?
So how was your experience playing in the mud?
It's been awesome. It's been an up and down, right? Like it's challenging. It's a long season. I played 2 full seasons now. Plus a little bit of time when I first signed, and then yeah, I mean it's been a lot of fun. I've played for a lot of different teams already, and it's been, like I said, ups and downs. The good is really good, and the bad is really bad, and you just have to learn how to ride the wave as much as you can. You have to learn to just keep going, just keep swimming, because sometimes you are down in the dumps so much that it's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but sometimes you just need someone to tell you just to keep going. And I think that relates to almost anything in life, where if you just keep going and, like Doherty says, just keep swimming, it's very true. So, it's the same way, in my career.
So which you want your off season?
So it's mostly trying to rest and recover from the season. It's the long season, about 100 games. So, we're traveling, every week. So I am mostly trying to rest and recover, and then make improvements in the off season. So that I, things that I've learned in season, make improvements on those things that I've learned, and then come in next season in a better spot.
So for the viewers, I was curious, what are some of your hobbies that you like to do that is not related to like computer science or
It's funny because those are definitely those are my hobbies. Which is because that's where I spend most of my time. That's what I love to do more than anything. I golf like a lot of guys do. I spend a lot of time with my family. I have a big family in the Chicagoland area, so I'm home, so I'll see them a lot throughout the time. A lot of cousins and aunts and uncles and whatnot. And yeah, so that's about it. I mostly just spend time with family and friends, and then between my training and it's like software consulting work, that's usually big go. Hopefully the same guy that you saw this year, and that with some improvements for next year, so I can give myself a shot to make the league team at some point. I have like I said, I feel like I'm really close. I just need to make a few little changes, and I have until April for the season to start back up. So a lot of time to figure out how to make those changes, and then once that comes around, then hopefully you'll see a improved Ryan that's ready to hopefully make the next step.
Oh, that's great. And where can the viewers see you playing?
Right now, I've been playing for Memphis Rebels, so that's the AAA team for the St. Louis Cardinals. Hopefully, I'll be in the big league at some point, right? And I'll be in St. Louis and St. Louis Cardinals. But lately it's been the Memphis Rebels. So we play AAA stadiums all over. So whether it be in Iowa or Charlotte or Tennessee and Nashville, Jacksonville, Atlanta, there's plenty of teams.
Thanks for tuning in to Christy Talks, and I'd like to give a huge thanks for my guest, Ryan Loutos, for being here today, and I wish him many more success in your baseball career. Bye, everybody.
At the time of this live recording, Ryan Loutos was in the minor league, but with a motivational mindset, he is now in the major league.